Hey everyone, welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days, where we're about to give you a full recap of this week's episodes of the hit NBC soap opera, Days of Our Lives. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Well, hello, all of you Days of Our Lives fans. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days, where, yes, we dish all things Days of Our Lives. I am your host, Tony Moore, and I am joined by my wonderful co-host, starting with him.
It's not that big today. It's not. It's
I was at a loss for words today.
I know. Mark J. Freeman here.
And of course we have
Matthew Evan Paine. Hi everyone, so glad to be here.
Your hair's sticking up higher than mine
Yeah,
today.
I know. My hair's longer than Mark's.
I just got a hair's cut today. I swear. There's gonna be hair all over the ear pieces for the next person that puts these on.
Great,
Sorry about it.
that.
Yeah, sorry about that, Alexis.
and speaking of that voice from God, hello Alexis.
Hello, everyone.
Hi,
I'm so
Alexis.
happy to be here for
I always knew God was a
Yes.
woman. I knew
yeah,
it.
Come
Hey,
on.
well, look at that. I mean, and last week she wore a Pac-Man dress.
That's
I
right.
did.
So-
I'm so glad you remembered.
Yeah.
Look at
That's
that. I think that's gonna be like my favorite dress ever.
I think so too.
I think you should have a theme. I think you should find all dresses with a game theme.
I am. I'm getting a Donkey Kong one.
Atta girl.
Classics.
Yay.
Classics. And if you guys are tuning in live, thank you so much. And don't forget to like us, follow us on all social media platforms. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. On Facebook and Instagram, it's Dishin Days. And on Twitter, it's @_Dishin Days. So make sure you follow us there. Also, if you're on iTunes, head on over there, give us 5 stars, and make sure you comment on what a wonderful job we are doing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I agree.
I agree too. The Three Amigos.
What he said.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Or Amigas.
Amigas. Please, thank you.
And of course, make sure you guys stay tuned because later on today we have unlocked our prize closet because we have been keeping things in there for so long.
Yes.
Including our 2015 calendars.
They're still valuable. They're still valuable.
They are. So we're gonna give away a ton of stuff
We
today.
all signed them, so they're very valuable.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Matthew's gonna sign them too.
I'll sign one too.
Yeah. We
All right,
have
sign more than
too.
one. We'll sign more
I'll
than
sign them.
we have headshots to give away and our 2015
Are there any
calendar.
Billy in
I
there?
just said, did I see Billy Flynn in there?
In here? Oh
Yeah.
no, Billy Flynn isn't in
Not
here.
in the calendar.
No, not in the calendar. No, but in Mark's heart.
Always. So he was texting me. No, I'm kidding.
I was actually texting Billy Flynn.
Yeah. His birthday's coming up.
It is. I told him 45 never looked so good on him.
I have to figure out what I'm gonna get out.
Oh
my God,
My
my husband's out of town.
scandalous. Actually,
You had to go to Germany, didn't you?
do you want to know what I kind of offered you up to him, actually.
Let me just, before you even tell the story, say thank you.
No, he told me that it was his birthday, and I was like, well, I'm gonna send Mark over and to pop out of a cake for you in a Borat style swimsuit.
I'm sure he's like, delete.
So there you go, Mark.
New phone, who dis?
Who does? Yeah, exactly. I'll go to text him next time, and it'll come back and it'll go, I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. It's a new phone number. I just got this number. You're texting the wrong person.
Oh boy. So, and of course, you guys, we are going to be taking your comments on each of the storylines as we get into this week of days. First of all, how did you guys feel about this week?
I thought about that on Friday,
Yes.
and I was like, so what if Tony asks me what I thought of this week? I literally thought that, and I was like, although there were moments where I
Yes.
was like, oh, okay, interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
But other than that, I was like,
I loved Thursday and Friday.
Thursday, definitely.
Yep.
Friday, definitely, yeah.
There was
Because
a lot of kissing going on in Salem this week.
wasn't there a lot of kissing going on?
Yeah.
For a virus going around.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah. Well, let's dive right into it. It's now time to start
Dishin Days.
Ooh, it's so heavy.
Okay, get it together, girl.
Got it. Did you see that?
I'm the sick one. I'm supposed to be weak.
He's not the sick one. He's the sick one.
The sick one.
The sick one now?
Yeah.
Well, me and my church members will put you on the sick and shut-in list.
That's fine.
Say a prayer for
I
you.
probably need to be on it.
All right, so let's get right into it.
Yes. Well, you brought it up. The virus.
I got it.
Yes, there were all. and he got it. He's
Adriana's been rubbing that. I'm not gonna say what I call it.
I call it a garlic.
Yeah. Well. I
What
think
did
we
you
all
call
know-
it?
Well, I'm not saying it.
What was it?
I don't want us to get an explicit rating.
It was some sort of homeopathic remedy.
But what did it look like?
Homeopathic.
What did it look like?
A mushroom?
I might have to go back and look.
Really? I'm the only one who thought it looked like a dildo.
You can't use them. That it looked like a what?
Dildo.
No,
like
you-
it was like that.
you prob-
It had like this huge long handle and like this little. And I was like, really, Days?
You
Like,
probably weren't the only one, but I just wanted you to say it. I'm so mean.
It's okay, Mark. You won't be explicit.
Okay, good. Sorry, Mom, if you're watching.
Yeah, there you
I've seen them in storefront windows.
Network cancels Dishin Days.
I worked in West Hollywood for a long time, so I walked by many of it. Storefront.
So
Anyway.
the virus.
Yes.
It's amazing how this was killing people last week.
Only
and how-
extras.
and
Only extras.
Only
Yeah.
extras.
Yeah, only the
people
extras.
who are not important to storyline
No.
Right.
whatsoever. But we have makeout sessions going on. We have people up and about,
Mm-hmm.
bedside who are still in that godforsaken uniform.
Ugh.
That costume is so stupid to me.
I think, you know what? I think that should be our Halloween costume.
Oh.
It reminds me of Breaking Bad.
Yes. Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Hey, the costume girl, she's on Twitter. Ask her if
Oh.
we can borrow 3 of those jumpers.
Kristen. Shout out to Kristen. But like,
Kristen.
can we get 3 of those?
Can we get 3 jumpers?
Yeah, you might
I'll
have to
need
sew.
XL.
Oh my God, I was gonna say the same thing. I was gonna need 2 to be sewn in for me because they're so tiny.
Yeah.
I need 2. Well, and I said last week I wonder what they were, where direction they were gonna go with this, and they wrapped it up real quick. They were like virus, and we finally have the cure, and all is well now. So
Only thing my thought was, why did this happen? Like what? Like it just again yet another storyline where I just don't understand why it happened. But
Yeah.
when I really thought about it, I was like, I honestly think it was they started that thing with
Yoling.
with Yoling, and we're like, oh shoot, how are we gonna get rid of this now?
Yeah.
And that was their way of ending it.
Where are the pizza rolls? I'm starving.
There might be some in the freezer. I didn't stop.
Alexis? No.
Alexis have another job now.
oh, Henry.
Yeah.
She's not even
Harold.
commenting. She's
Harold.
like, nope.
Oh, Harold.
No.
So, well, in going along with that, Paul is worried that, there's going to be more tricks that Yoling has up his sleeve, even though he's dead, to try to get back to John. So he's he was a little hesitant at first to like really get close to John because he thought that,
Right.
this virus and he's killed people and now what else? And I don't know. I thought that was a nice tender moment.
Do you remember a couple weeks ago when Paul shot this? It looked like Evil Paul look. I want to see Evil Paul. Like I want to see Christopher Sean play bad because it's so enjoyable.
Watch Hawaii 5-0.
Right, but I think it would be nice to see
Remember
him
that?
do it on. I just think it would be nice to see him do it on Days of Our Lives, just because he's
Yeah.
always such a sweetheart. And Christopher Sean wouldn't give me anything on the red carpet when I asked about it.
I love you even more now, Christopher Sean.
because he wouldn't give me anything on the red carpet.
More than Billy?
What?
You love him more than Billy?
Oh, not possible. Don't try to create a rift right before his birthday.
I mean, I'm just clarifying. I am interested to see, what's going to happen with Paul. I hope they don't forget the gay in him.
Yeah, we'll see.
But
I would have liked to have seen them be sick for one more week. Like I think that,
Really?
I think that they got sick at the end of last week, and then Friday cliffhanger, then Monday it's a makeout session with Gabby and JJ.
Yeah.
And I think John and Marlena kissed.
yes,
And I just think that
you would have wanted to see one more week of that.
one more week of the stakes being high would have been nice. I think that the stakes were high for 30 seconds, and then all of
I
a
think
sudden...
I was good. I was good with the stakes.
Yeah.
Well, just because if I feel like if they had prolonged it, somebody
had to die.
had to die.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it could have been Ari.
No.
Sure, it could have.
Oh no.
I mean, I don't want to see a child die, but
Not
like
little Ari.
she would be the least valuable player amongst the cast. who got the virus.
No, because
I don't have any suggestions because all my Jonases are gone or dead.
But he was brought up this week.
I know.
Well, so I mean, I was fine with but did you guys think it was? I don't know if it meant anything or not, but the whole like the IV and it was like folded in for Paul. Did anyone notice that when they went to put in the serum and I guess they checked on him and then like. He wasn't getting enough oxygen, and so like Kayla had to go in the back, and the IV was kind of like folded, and so she like had to unfold it. I always feel like little things like that.
See, I think
mean something.
Well, if they were smart, those would mean something. So I think we know the answer to that.
Because sometimes I feel like even when you think the big things are going to mean something, they don't mean anything, or they forgot about it, and off the storyline, someone said we never got results from Adrian's mammogram, her second mammogram. That's from
true.
Months ago. They kind of just dropped that too.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we did. She didn't have the Barack
Obama.
I meant that gene. She didn't have it, right?
She doesn't have it, but
Did she have a second? She didn't have a second mammogram after that.
Wasn't she supposed to get a second opinion?
I think she was. I do think that there was something started and it didn't get finished.
Oh well.
I could be wrong.
Well.
Or you could be wrong, and I could be wrong in agreeing with you.
Can you imagine one of us being wrong?
I can't.
I mean, not I.
Although I am sick today, so I'm not probably at my 100% that I normally am.
Well, we want to hear about your virus. If you guys have any comments about the virus outbreak and the sudden conclusion of it, give us a call, 424-253-0749. Again, 424-253-0749. Chat lines are wide open. So give us a call and let us know what you think. So overall, did we enjoy this or no?
No.
It left a lot to be desired.
I think that if it would have been, this sounds bad, if it was done right, like it just like the little things that kept annoying me, like with the taking the masks off and putting the masks on and the making fun, like it just, if they would have held true to it and made it, I was just so distracted by those things that I didn't really, I don't know.
If the virus can kill you and you need to have the mask on, why pull the mask off?
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, let's see what this caller has to say. Hello, caller. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, Tony. It's Cheryl from South Carolina.
Hey, Cheryl from South Carolina. How you been?
Apparently very tired this week because I fell asleep 3 of 5 days. Days of our lives.
Oh my God, I was so with you on Tuesday's episode was kind of a blur, but I don't know if I fell asleep because it was boring or because I had like totally ate a whole Red Baron pizza by myself.
Maybe a combo, a nice little combo.
A little bit of both.
So
One didn't help the
I think
other.
it was both.
Yeah.
I think it was both because the quarantine or whatever that storyline was supposed to be was pretty
Whatever
boring.
it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
The only thing I got out of it was that it brought JJ and Gabby closer.
Yes.
JJ giving up his dose so that
Yes.
Gabby could live.
Yes.
That's gonna skyrocket their relationship into something a lot more serious, I think.
And also,
and
they got the approval
I'm sorry?
from Gabby's mom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well.
I like
allowed to come over
how
for
Gabby had to say to her,
She
though,
needs her approval.
Yeah.
I like how Gabby said to her, though, you can't do that anymore. Like, I can make my own decisions. If I want to kiss him, I'm going to kiss him.
She's like, I'm not 16.
I would have liked to have seen Gabby a little bit more sick with the virus, like her having to go in and getting the serum and us questioning whether or not she was going to come out of it okay and that the serum worked, rather than her being like, yeah, and then I am getting the serum. I just felt like it was so, everything was so
quick.
safe and quick.
Yeah. Cheryl, did you feel the same way?
I personally didn't really. I don't think that Adriana's been around long enough to give her consent for anything. I mean,
Right.
90% of the time that we've known Gabby,
Right.
she's been motherless because her mom's always been falling
Away.
down or getting sick or getting hurt or some reason why she can't come to town.
Right.
She wasn't there for her daughter's funeral. She wasn't there for her other daughter's graduation or her wedding or the birth of her child.
Preach it.
So I'm not invested in her.
Amen.
I think that it was a catalyst for John and Paul to have a stronger bond. and that's pretty much all I've seen out of it, except that it gave Finn a reason to be a hero to us.
Yeah. Well.
And that's really all I got out of the whole storyline.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, it was kind of like a meh storyline for everyone. So,
Cheryl.
It would have made more sense to actually. I agree with Matthew only as far as that somebody should have died that we were almost invested in, because we don't even know what models died. But we already know that Marie Wilson is leaving, so Summer would have been a good person to die. Lanny would have been a good person to die. We also know that she's leaving. So, that's a storyline that Lanny has never fit since she got there.
Yeah.
So at least if they would have had some meaning to her leaving, we could have understood.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
I think the announcement of Lonnie or any of those cast members who are going, I think the scenes were already shot, though.
I was just going to say that, too. I was like, I think this was probably long before that decision was made.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the problem. They film so far in advance.
Exactly.
That they can't fix things or make things make sense.
Yeah. And if they didn't film so far in advance and something like this was going on and they made that decision, they could go, oh, well, then if we're going to get rid of her, let's get rid of her now. You know what I mean? Kind of a thing. So, yeah, I'm all there for you.
I must say, Cheryl, it's fun talking to someone who gets the background of the show and can spit facts at you.
I've been watching my entire life.
I love that.
Cheryl's our number one.
I literally I'm going to be 49 years old in July, and I've watched my entire life.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I love that.
So 29 in LA years.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
In LA years, I'm 23.
That a girl.
Well, Cheryl, thank you so much as always for calling in.
Thank you, Cheryl.
And stay
Cheryl.
tuned because we would love to hear your thoughts on other storylines as well.
All right, thanks.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. And let's take this one more caller. Hello, caller. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Anne from Canada.
Hello,
Hi,
Anne from
Anne.
Canada.
Hi.
So how did you feel about the virus storyline?
Overall, I was disappointed.
Yeah.
I know you guys don't do spoilers, and this isn't a spoiler anymore, but it said something to the effect of one beloved Salemite's death causes ripples through town.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay, where's that Salemite's death?
Where's the ripple?
Yeah.
Where's the ripple?
I guess it was them all getting
I
sick.
expected Ari to go, or Gabby or Paul. Those were deaths that would have caused a ripple.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, we got two models dying, and that was it.
Well, they should have had breakfast. It's their own fault.
That's true. The Slim Fast wasn't enough.
That's right.
But maybe.
But,
maybe.
It didn't have an effect.
Yeah.
It was boring.
Well, sometimes in True Days form, we don't see the effect now. But
That's
maybe later.
We'll see.
We'll
Again,
see.
don't hold your breath.
Yeah, I just felt underwhelmed when Paul said, wow, Yo Ling was a really bad man. Like, he must have really wanted revenge to get all these people sick.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. And I think part of it was, and I'm going to say it, Mark.
Oh, my
Part
gosh.
of it was to prop up Daniel.
Yeah.
It was to show that Finn is the new Daniel.
Yeah.
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 Because a few years ago, Daniel figured out, an antidote to, I think it was another virus.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why, though, Finn doesn't bother me as much.
We had Finn do the same thing.
Yeah. I mentioned that last week too, that it was very reminiscent of Daniel, but I feel like ever since Finn has came on, they've tried to kind of mirror him as Daniel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
He's the Australian version of Daniel.
exactly. But
That's all he is.
Mark likes this one, so he's a little different.
I don't dislike him. I'm just kind of ambivalent to him right now. So.
Yeah, so am I. They haven't showed him enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm probably the only one, but I don't mind the Finn Kayla right now. It's not bothering me. So.
I'm glad
Honestly,
it's
not
not.
bothering me either.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's not Finn and Nicole.
And you were in Niagara Falls when I was there, right? Or no?
No, unfortunately, I couldn't make it.
Okay. I was just thinking that when you said Canada, I was like, oh, I wonder if she was there.
Well, she has an opportunity
No, I
to
would have
come this
loved
year.
to, though.
Yeah, Toronto. in
Toronto,
July.
July, coming.
Unfortunately, I won't make it there either, so
What?
you'll have to give Billy a hug for me.
Trust me.
No.
2 or 3.
Trust me, he's going to be giving hugs for everyone. He'll create his own list just
Can
to
you
give him
take
a hug.
tequila over the border?
I don't think so.
I'm about 7 hours away from Toronto.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to do another one.
That's
near
just
you.
a short drive.
Well, it is if I could drive.
Well, then there's that. All right, Ann. Well, thank you so much for calling
I've got a
in.
15-year-old I wouldn't be able to leave home without. So.
I hear you.
Well, thank you, Ann, for calling in, and stay tuned because we have so much more to talk about.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Ann.
you.
It
Mark,
does
I
smell
have
like
to
you.
ask
It
you.
does smell like eucalyptus.
Yeah,
and lemon
I
over
like
here.
feel myself getting sick as
Yeah.
we sit here.
Yeah.
So that's
Don't
fun.
think about it. Mind over
Menthol.
matter.
Yeah, mind over matter.
Yeah,
Mind over
menthol,
matter, mind over
eucalyptus.
matter.
I'm not sick.
Honey.
Let me ask you. I've never actually asked you. What about Daniel don't you like?
Oh my God,
Why don't-
that's a
easier
whole show.
question.
The short version.
Why don't you ask me what I do like? Because that's probably a shorter
Well,
list.
I guess that answer would be nothing. But why don't you like him?
He just never was relevant to me. Like, even when he came on, I didn't like when he first came on with Chelsea. Like, it just didn't make sense. Like, he was an adult and she was a kid. Like, it just was so awkward. Like, I didn't get it.
And you
And then it
held
just-
that
I
over
just-
his head.
No. And then just, like, every time, like, he was just always, like, the go-to, like, for everybody. Like, okay, he's not related to anybody, so you can sleep with him. He's not, you know what I mean? Like, he was so irrelevant. And they just tried to give him so much that I just didn't care about. I just genuinely didn't give it poop.
Wow, that was a close one. That was a close one.
That was
Do
a
we
very
have
close
censors
one.
today, Alexis?
Yes.
Well, speaking of people having sex everywhere, Nicole, Damos, and Kate.
Oh, yeah.
This was one of my favorite storylines of the week.
Yes, I mean this is the one that woke everyone up. Okay, I don't know how to feel about Kate's proposal to Damos.
Out of the blue.
Yeah, like
I think there's a sexual chemistry. Like, I think that they've got chemistry together on screen.
you think they have sexual chemistry as many times as they hit the sheets?
Right. Yeah, but I think sometimes, like, chemistry with the characters who were sleeping together isn't always there, but I do like them together. I have to say, though, before we even jump into story, really, that dress that Kate was wearing,
Oh, the nude kind of a
yes.
thing.
The black.
she to me looked like a perfect 10.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, she
thought
did.
she looked so sexy.
It was so like it showed off like all her curves
Yep.
and everything.
Curves.
and she was
Swerves.
standing there like,
No, you know what I love is when Nicole walked in the first time,
Right.
without the whole damsel in distress,
Right.
wet look, and Kate was just like,
Yeah.
eating the fruit in
Yeah.
the background.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that. I love that. That was a great moment.
It was funny because the second time Nicole came back after she changed into the robe and stuff and came downstairs.
Was that Kate's robe, by the way?
It was.
She said
Yeah,
she made a
yeah,
comment that
yeah.
Kate's robe. Yeah, Damos has very feminine taste. My husband happened to come into the room.
No, what I meant,
while the whole Nicole Damos thing was happening. So
The piano playing?
yeah, the piano playing and then like the making out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it was just funny to watch him watching it.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't really know who anybody is. And so he was watching it, and I remember like it kind of was like one of the commercial breaks that ended, and I was looking at my husband instead of watching the TV, and then as soon as it ended, he just kind of turned and looked at me, and I started laughing, and I went, "She's a whore." He goes, "She must be."
So, see, I actually think that they have chemistry too, Nicole and Damos.
Yeah.
But
I like Nicole and
Was
Damos.
it me, or was that the worst looking kiss you've ever seen on screen? I was like, oh my god, yuck.
Between Kate and Damos?
No, between
Damos
Damos
and
and Nicole
Nicole.
on the
Oh.
piano bench. It was like, oh.
It didn't bother me. Didn't bother me.
No, I
God,
just
it just looked yucky. Like, it just looked.
I think I feel like there was a moment where Damos looked like he was about to eat her face.
I was just about to say, it looked like he
Yeah.
was licking her face.
Yeah. I get that. Yeah, there was that moment. But I love how I feel like Nicole tried to be seductive in the robe. So there was a shot, and it never really happened.
Oh, yes.
Like she never really quite
Where you
revealed
saw
too
her
much.
cleavage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she just went like that, and I was like, ooh, girl, you desperate.
She's banging.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. No, she looks great, but she has this whole this was like her last attempt to make sure that
she
Deimos,
locks him in
to stop him from marrying Kate.
Yeah,
he doesn't need to.
And I think that Kate's proposal is because Kate, in my opinion, this is just my theory, is that she did that because she saw what was going on with Nicole and Deimos.
And especially because
she's trying to nip it in the bud.
And she probably feels like Nicole has a leg up because she looks so much like
she does.
Helena, yeah.
I mean, it is her. In a black wig.
In a black Halloween wig.
Yeah.
And then
I thought it was great that Nicole called Dario to
stop Kate.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Kate had no idea. Obviously, she wouldn't.
No.
But it worked.
It did, and I think it was surprising to him because then she was like, "Oh, wait, I know you.
Yeah, I know you.
Aren't you Dario?
And I like you.
Yeah. It's like, okay, fine, you can go buy me a coffee." And then I was like,
Kate's a little seductress.
She is.
Yep.
She is. I think she can talk your drawers off.
Yep.
Yeah. Drawers or underwear.
She looks so good in that dress, she could talk my drawers off.
That's a lot of talking.
I don't know. I thought she looked perfect.
But what I thought was funny, this actually my husband was watching at this point too, when Nicole shows up at Deimos's and she's standing.
The first time?
Yeah, and she's standing to get wet so that she shows up wet.
Yeah.
And then, so that happens.
She looked beautiful there,
But
too.
then they cut to Horton Town Square.
And it was dry.
And it was dry, and it was and I was just like, and it was funny because I was just about to say it, my husband was like, so it's not raining everywhere? And I was like, oh my God, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah.
Well, and then that was
and
that
it just
part.
seemed random. Like the rain seemed so, like even when
Hope and Aiden
were in the park. Okay, it was raining in the front.
But not,
I'm like, but not on them.
Is there something overhead?
Yeah,
the
he
park
came in
bench,
with
but
an
the park
umbrella.
bench was wet. Yeah.
And he was like, he still remained completely dry, like not even like a couple of droplets of wet.
And Christian Alfonso had to have had baby oil on her face.
Wasn't she glistening?
Yeah.
She was totally glistening.
And Nicole looked beautiful too when she was in the rain before she went into the house.
Yes.
One thing about storyline there too.
With who?
With Deimos
and
Nicole talking about Victor being so bad and Deimos being branded, and he said, you know, my brother did that to me.
Yeah.
You know, don't forget what an evil man he is.
Yeah.
Is Victor that evil? Like, I know that he would kill somebody, which is evil, obviously, but is he so bad that he would like have his brother branded? Is that Victor Kiriakis?
Old school Victor,
there?
for sure.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah. And he did brand him. He did make that mark. I thought it was gross that she wouldn't kiss it, but I mean, that's just me.
Yeah.
Was it right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, oh.
I was thinking,
don't
if they were
kiss
like
that.
Ari, and make sure to kiss his chest before you work your way up. It was just so weird.
Yeah.
It was bizarre.
And
It made me uncomfortable a little bit.
now I'm trying to figure out whose plan is in the work and whose plan is going to work out, because Justin and Victor seem to have a plan. And then then Victor and Nicole seem to have a plan, but Victor seems to be more on board with Nicole's plan, but Nicole goes to them and it goes to Justin and it's just like, listen, don't mess up what I got going on. I got this. You guys are underestimating me.
Yeah.
So I'm confused.
I don't.
I just
Again, I have a fear it's gonna just be.
Do you think it's gonna blow up and like
back? You mean back at them?
Yeah. Because Deimos isn't dumb.
Well, obviously he is. He's still falling for Nicole, even though he called her out and was like, "I don't believe you."
But I'm wondering if she's actually starting to develop feelings for him.
Yeah,
also.
see, that's what I was thinking too. Is that maybe she's actually falling?
You know what it is? It's that baby grand piano. Gets you every time.
Yeah.
Baby grands can do that to
A
you.
little tickling of the ivories.
Yeah.
It gets you.
I hear you.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't you do a poll about this? Who did a poll?
Oh, I did. I did a poll, and I asked you guys, who do you think Nicole? No, I'm sorry. Who Deimos should be with? Whether it's Nicole or Kate. And the results came in right before I got to the studio because I planned it that way.
I tried to too.
And the results were, it was actually really close. I kind of was surprised, but then, I don't know, I kind of wasn't. But if I can, oh, there it is. Okay, so it was 56% voted for Nicole and 44% were for Kate. As far as who Deimos should be paired with. Now, you did vote?
I did vote.
Now, I thought about this. With Kate running into, you like that?
Yeah.
With
For
Kate,
those of you just listening,
Who did I?
He's just tapping his head and pointing at me. So
Who did I vote for, you ask? I voted for.
Wait, time out. I love the fact that I voted. Okay, that's great. It was like,
I thought it too.
sorry.
I was like,
Who did
even thought, I was like,
for?
is he going to say who he voted for? And then we just kind of moved on.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Matthew, who did you vote for?
Oh my God, I'm so glad that you asked.
Yes.
I actually voted for Kate.
Did you really?
I did. Yeah, I liked them. I think that they could be a really evil super couple.
Who did?
I didn't vote, but if I had to vote,
Yes.
I would vote Nicole.
Nicole, I knew you would.
Because
I'm with you, Mark.
Because I like. What?
Sisters.
Because I like.
Sisters from other misters.
Don't make me laugh.
Oh God, he's gonna
Because
die.
I like Kate with Eduardo.
No, that
ship
story
has so
is
sailed.
over and done.
No, it's not.
That ship
over
has
and
sailed.
done.
That ship has sailed.
No, it's not.
It sailed.
Over
It
and
sailed.
done.
It's not.
Especially, listen, like the chemistry wasn't even there no more because when she was talking to Dario and Eduardo came over there, you would have thought they would have never had any shenanigans going on.
It's not done. It's not done.
What about Kate and Dario?
Kate and Dario? No.
She likes some younger men.
No.
Oh, but then there was
Anyways,
Rafe.
back to your.
Oh, that was my thought.
Oh, that was it?
Kate and Dario.
Oh.
Will we like to see that?
I don't really.
Someone said that they would like to see Kate back with Rafe.
No, I don't want that either.
No.
Well, maybe she should just be powerful by herself.
Thought of the day.
Thought of the day. All right, now let's find out what you guys thought about the Nicole Damos and Kate storyline. Give us a call at 424-253-0749. Again, that's 424-253-0749. And weigh in on this storyline because, yeah, it's the only thing that woke us up today.
Thank you, J.A.
Who?
It has nothing to do with days, so that's all I'm going to say.
Thank you, J.A.
J.A.
What did she say?
It doesn't have to do with days, but I'm just thanking her because I want to know that I saw what she wrote.
Oh, okay.
Or he. I don't know, J.A.
Oh, Tara says Kate back with Roman.
I just don't, not unless they change Roman, no.
I don't understand why you guys.
I don't get it. He's so, like you could literally be like, I brought you a cupcake. What do you mean you brought me a cupcake? Like he's angry about life. I'm like,
Roman?
dude, you need to chill.
Are you talking about Roman?
Yes.
Well,
I am so glad that you mentioned that.
Everything. I mean, even if it's like, even if his line is supposed to be "I love you," it's like "I love you." I'm like,
It's
okay, dial
angry.
it back. Yeah,
It's
Yeah, that
sorry,
was loud,
Alexis.
wasn't it?
How's my mic working?
We
Very
took
loud.
our poll the other day. Someone had asked us who our least favorite characters were, and I said that my all-time least, I think, might be Abe.
Yeah.
I actually think I might have a retraction.
Oh.
Okay.
And I thought about it this week. I actually think it may be Roman
Oh.
because he's angry.
It's
He's
just-
angry
yeah.
over nothing. He's too involved in things that aren't his business. I understand that he's part of the police department, but
But he's never
like,
involved in the right way.
ever.
Oh. Well, let's get these people involved on this storyline and
Thank
find
you
out
for
what
bringing
they
that
thought.
up, Mark.
Hello, hello there, caller. You are on
touch
live
me.
on AfterBuzz
Never.
TV's Dishin Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Marlon from Delaware.
Hello, Marlon,
Hi,
from
Marlon.
Delaware. And what did you think
Hi.
about the Nicole Kate Damos storyline this week?
It's probably the best storyline that happened this week, actually.
You,
Yeah.
you are right. You are right about that.
Preach.
Yeah. So who do you like? Do you like Nicole and Damos or Damos and Kate?
I'm more of a Damos and Kate. I'm with Matthew on that one.
Oh, well, thank you, Marlon. So nice to hear your
Well,
voice.
you can't be a part of our club then.
But really, who needs them when you have me, Marlon?
Yeah, I just feel like Kate is more of like a match for Damos in terms of like power and scheming and manipulation and all that. They're like more of like I would like to see them like either battle each other or team up together. They just seem more like a match for each other.
Did you find it odd that Kate was suddenly ready to marry him?
I mean, I think that's a part of her plan to like, take over his fortune and get half of that empire and all that money and power. And I think it's all part of her plan.
Yeah. Oh, until Deimos was like, "You're gonna sign a prenup." She was like, "Prenup?" I was like, "Ha, got you, Mr. Sister."
Yeah, and she was like, "I have my own money." He was like, "Then you can sign one."
Then you can sign
yeah.
a prenup. But then I also like when Nicole was like, "You got a food tester?"
Yes, that
Want to
was
make sure you test that
hysterical.
because she poisons people.
I love that.
I love that. I love the running thing of, and then she was like, you can find it online, so just go and find out. But you might want to get that food tester. I thought that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So any other thoughts?
Well, she's definitely going to need to watch her back when she's around him. But yeah, I just wanted to point out one thing that Kate did that kind of annoyed me. Mm-hmm. Even though I love her.
Yeah.
When she was talking to Dario, you know, in the rain-free Horton Square.
Right. They're going to say, it had a shelter. Something stupid.
Totally.
Yeah, there must be something like a huge awning over that square.
That's what I thought too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But wait, it was, I believe, the rest of the Hernandez family kind of like walked up and just started talking to them. Mm-hmm. And I believe it was Eduardo who introduced Kate to Adriana.
Mm-hmm.
But then no one mentioned the fact that Kate was also Ari's grandmother. That like, I think Kate
that's
had
true.
said something like, I'm Eduardo's friend or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
Over the fact she was Ari's grandmother too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think they tend to leave out those little details.
Yeah. Well, I think they don't. Some of them probably don't even know that are right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
that could be
wasn't
true.
sure if that was Kate's way of distancing herself from them because she's kind of like done with them.
Yeah.
Or if this is like a writer's mistake.
I think I'm gonna say mistake.
yeah.
I'm gonna go with that. Final answer. Yeah.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Well, Marlon, thank you so much for calling.
Thank you.
Thank you, and keep watching.
All right.
All right, and then Alexis, did we have another? Nope. All right, so we are just gonna keep this Dishin Days ship moving right along.
I will just say I'm glad Aiden's back because there were a couple times where I was like, I'm so glad to see you again.
Really?
I really did.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting. I don't know how much I care per se, but I thought it was interesting that how quickly they've moved on to like it wasn't him,
Yeah.
you know, kind of thing, and then now
Everyone
it's
except for
like,
Julie.
Oh, yeah, Julie. Oh, Julie.
Yeah. Julie was not having it.
But
Julie was like, fine, you can stay in this hotel and I'm going to keep an eye on you.
But before that, she listed off a whole bunch of other
And she
places
was
that
like,
he can go
Yeah,
stay.
with
Salem
the
Inn. He was like,
mail
the
opener.
Salem Inn's booked, and then Roman was like,
She also mentioned, she was like, how about you stay at the Plaza in New York?
Yeah.
I'm sure they have openings.
Yeah.
She was not, and she, and I love how she cleaned herself up with, I'm gonna perform a medical procedure on
With
you
the
with
mail
this.
opener.
Yeah, and because she was about to say, I'm gonna stab you or kill you, and then she was like, let me use some choice words and say medical procedure because then it doesn't sound like a threat.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I like Aiden with Hope. That's not a secret.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed their scenes. I did.
Aiden and Hope?
Yeah. I enjoy seeing them work through this, and I think what's going to happen is because he lied to her about when it switched, I think they're going to kind of get back together, and then that's going to come out, and it's going to push them apart again, and then they're going to work their way back together again. That's my...
Well, this is, I feel like he needs to understand that you've been gone for 6 months, a lot of stuff has gone down, and you need to give her time to process what has happened.
Yeah.
Like him coming over to the house to show that video of them dancing, and I was like, oh my God, I thought this video was gone, and now it's back.
Been resurrected.
Days of Our Lives loves a good flashback.
Oh my God.
Even if it's on your cell phone.
I'm just glad they didn't like really flash back to it. Like, I'm glad that it was only on the phone. However,
The murder flashback, the dancing flashback, the rape flashback. Any others?
oh no. How about the hashtag Maxine Sun flashback? That's a good one to do.
Nice way to work that in there.
You're welcome. So I feel like he does need to kind of give her time, but I also always find it awkward when he does these run-ins with everyone, like his run-in with Sierra. And I feel bad because it's like he almost has to say, wait, I'm not the guy that tried to kill your mother. Oh my gosh, that horrible thing that happened to you with Chase, I just can't imagine he would do that.
She was like, he raped me.
Yeah.
And he was like, I can't.
But
Yeah.
I still don't see how that's going to be justified. I just don't get that whole thing.
If they bring in a double of Chase.
See, that's what I keep saying they're going to do. But I don't, because the DNA matched or didn't match or whatever it was, they're going to have a hard time now.
April, Miss Kimmin, sorry if I mispronounced that, said, where did Aiden find his phone? Thank you. I thought the same thing. He was like, look at this video of our wedding day. And he like showed to Hope in the doorway.
Well, it's probably on YouTube, Carl.
Or maybe he always had his phone. It
You
was
mean when you
it
dance
just
with
died.
Greg, you don't post it right to YouTube?
Well, it's for my own private collection.
Not
No,
YouTube.
if I got to dance with Greg, all y'all would be seeing it.
Exactly. So
We need to have him on the show. Greg, come visit us.
He already did.
Someone just called you Lauren Love, so I'm okay with that.
Lauren. Well, Lauren, whatever. I've been called worse.
True, I've heard it.
By me.
Or not called at all.
I did. I will have you know, I was very Carly Rae Jepsen, and I called you. There was no maybe.
I loved Aiden's nightmare. About,
that he had of the switch.
Yeah.
But see,
Oh.
but I.
Oh no, not of the switch. When he was in his hotel room, he had the nightmare, and the camera was aimed at the door. He thought someone was coming in. He sat up and he said, "It was just a noise," and he laid back down.
Yeah.
I love that because I like that it's still in his mind of pretty much what he had to endure while he was kidnapped.
I just feel like it was. I feel like the lie was just so stupid because I feel like he could have justified that. He could have said, I went downstairs to grab a surprise for you, as he said that night, and suddenly I woke up and I was in a jail cell. And the plan was that I was supposed to kill you, and they knew that I wasn't going to go through with it because I fell in love with you, and they needed it, they wanted it to be done, so they got rid of me.
Which stays true to what happened before Aiden left, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there were moments where he didn't want to do it, and then suddenly, he had that double thing that they were doing, and then he did it or whatever. But then it kind of doesn't explain the whole like reveal and how he went no, wait, like all that. They just totally forgot about that.
I mean, he can't. I guess for time's sake, he can't explain it to everybody, right?
Yeah.
Whatever.
And people talk.
Well, at this point, he's
and
back.
I like how Roman rushed. I know we already talked about it, but when he rushed to the inn to tell Julian, he's like, "Oh, he beat you here."
Oh yeah, because we all knew he was going to head over to the inn to stay there.
Right, or not the what's it called?
The Martin
House.
The bed and breakfast.
Yeah.
The bed
The
and
inn was
breakfast.
booked. Remember?
that they're building a cafe in.
Oh, which it's too much for me. Where were Victor and Justin having coffee?
In the lobby.
Yeah.
Of the Martin
The
house.
foyer.
And did anyone notice how nice Justin looked?
Yeah.
I loved his outfit because normally it's
Because
always,
he wasn't in a suit.
right.
Yeah.
And Victor hasn't been in a suit lately, and I love it.
And Billy hasn't been in a suit lately.
You know why? Because Victor lost all his clothes.
Yeah.
Therefore, he ain't got no suits. He's
Oh,
just,
so you think once they will get back to the Kiriakis mansion at some point? You think he'll be suited up again?
well, let's hope so. Oh,
I'm predicting that the day that he's back in the mansion, he will be my quote of the week.
I love him.
Can I just?
What happened?
Oh wait.
Go ahead.
No, I just giggled over this. So when Maggie was in Horton Town Square, and you know she's now in a wheelchair and it's electric.
I can't with the wheelchair.
There was a moment where, you know, she was supposed to go like get coffee or something, and I just felt like, even though they cut to, she was still over there kind of.
I can't. I literally have to go. Stop. Just stop with the wheelchair. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, how am I supposed to take that? Like, I'm so not making fun of somebody in a wheelchair.
Me either.
It's just the sound of it and just everything is just like. It's just so awkward.
It is. Okay, so back to...
You know they weren't going to make Suzanne Rogers have to, like, wheel herself.
No,
right?
No, not at all. No, but still, it was just like... you could tell it was like the first time that they've had to, you know, that they did a scene with this electric wheelchair.
And it's not that it's a wheel, like that it's electric. There's something about that chair in particular, the way that she's sitting in it, that just looks weird.
It reminds me of a movie... I don't remember which one, where it makes that... That's my noise that I hear when
What's the noise again? Okay. So back to Aiden and Hope and all them. So Aiden went to meet Andre, who is trying to, you know, coax him into being his lawyer.
I feel like Andre's a little scared, or at least started off a little scared when he saw Aiden.
Yeah. But then he got it together and he was like, I'm Andre.
I'll PG this. I think that Aiden is such a wimp that he'll probably end up representing Andre. I think Aiden's always been a wimp. I think he has no backbone. He's always sweating. He's always nervous that like he's gonna get caught or he's gonna get killed or someone he loves.
Well, then he shouldn't do things that allow for all that.
Yeah, he shouldn't go visit Andre. Let Andre rot in jail. Don't tease Andre. Andre will kill you.
Yeah.
Or hire someone to.
Yeah. And it almost seemed like they were setting that up too when Hope was basically like, there's something funny about your story. And so I'm like, oh boy, here goes that setup.
Yeah.
And then now, you know, Rafe is wondering how Hope feels about him versus Aiden. And to reassure him, Hope kissed him. But then on Friday...
On what day?
Friday. She was seen kissing Aiden.
Yeah.
And Rafe walked in.
Yeah. That ended Thursday,
Which
right?
to me... I thought that ended Friday.
Was it Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
One of them.
Which to me makes me feel like now they're killing Rope.
I mean, listen, Rope could have happened a long time ago.
I know.
But they gave us Hayden.
Yeah, and now
what do we do?
Now we finally get a glimpse into what Rope could look like, and they're...
What do we do, people?
What do we do?
What do we do? What do we do?
What are we doing?
So
I'm not doing that.
Come on, once. You want?
You're not going to join in on that?
Alexis, give me a what are you doing?
I wasn't really. I didn't know what was happening. I kind of fell asleep.
Yeah.
So.
How dare you fall asleep during our podcast? How dare you?
Come on, you know better.
What are you doing back there, girl?
Sleeping.
Okay.
Cheryl said Andre is going to promise to tell on Hope for killing Stefano if Aiden represents him.
But they still don't have proof about that, so next.
Okay.
Speaking of next, let's go into our tidbits. Find out some little tidbits that have happened throughout the week that weren't major storylines, but they were...
That's the new official sound effect for tidbits.
So tidbits, before we run out of time.
Joey and Jade.
There was
I want more.
A
I
test
want
of
more.
their love.
Yeah, the guy was like, Dirk?
That's his name.
Oh, was that his name?
Yeah.
He was like, hey, girl, how you doing?
Yeah.
And she was like, well,
But she kind of started it.
Yeah.
Because she looked over at him and she's like, hey, da da da. and
she's
that, and
trouble.
Yeah. But
Jade
she
is
said
trouble.
that she was testing him.
Really? And then now they're involved in an armed robbery.
Joey was like, you should remove your hand from my girlfriend.
Yeah. And then she was like, when did we get so serious? And I'm like...
And he was like, when you took my virginity.
I mean, that's what he should have said.
Yeah.
But instead, he was like, when we hopped on a motorcycle and traveled halfway around the country.
Right, it was all subtext, though.
Yeah.
They have a relationship, and she shouldn't be, you know... trifling.
I mean, I'm going to say, even though I love the character of Jade and I love that she's an independent woman, even though she's a girl, I do feel like she has a bad influence.
Oh,
like,
she's the worst.
Like, especially being in this compound where for 2 seconds, I was like, is she open to just like having like an open relationship where she's like, we're together, but I mean, he looks cute.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it started giving off, and I was like, ooh, this is too much.
And was it Jade's aunt watching from the background? Like, how is this gonna unfold?
Well, there was a whole gaggle of people, and I was like, this looks like the beginning of a porn. Sorry, it did. Yeah. Where they watch from afar, and then everyone just doom, doom, doom.
Or Tony's house on a Tuesday.
Lies. I would never do such a thing. I am pure as white as snow.
Saw that wink.
All right, then, so that was that.
That was Joey and Jade, and then Eduardo.
The whole Black Roses thing.
Yeah,
Eduardo, you still got people chasing after you?
That also made me desire a little bit more. Black Roses, I thought was a really good idea, and I think it's spooky and scary and terrifying.
It is, but it was weird that he walked in with them. Like, he didn't, like, find them.
Yeah, he was like, here,
but
Adriana.
He was just like, and then she was like, Black Roses. And then that's when he started reading everything, and I'm like...
I feel like he got them out, they were left outside, and he brought them in, right?
But I need to see that. Because when they cut to, he was already holding them.
Yeah.
And who, was it Patrick Johansson?
Yeah.
I don't know. Give me more. And then Rafe spots the flowers.
Yes.
And he's like, is there something that you want to tell me? And she's like, not really.
And then he goes over to Eduardo's, and, like, he's like...
Oh, yeah. Who was Eduardo screaming at?
When?
Or he was slipping out about something when Rafe got to Eduardo's.
Because Eduardo just got those text messages from the guy who sent the flowers.
Did you get the gift? Right.
Yeah. And he was kind of going back and forth, and he, in classic, like, macho man form, he's like, show your face. And he's like, soon enough. And then it was like, knock, knock, knock. And I was like, oh, it's about to go down.
And Rafe was like, I see you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He was like, whoa, hey, whoa.
No, it's not like that, son.
I'm like, oh my God, I can't. And then we have Maggie and Summer. Who
was Summer even on this week?
She was on Tuesday. That's the episode that I kind of fell asleep on. However, she wants to know who her father is, and Maggie is just kind of like, don't worry about that.
Skip it.
Mark doesn't want to talk about Summer. I agree. Who cares?
Well, I told y'all I'm not very fond of this character, so.
Next topic.
Yeah, she's my least favorite season right about now.
Oh, I know why you just want to skip over this topic and go to the next one.
It's a mere coincidence.
Is it? Is it really, Mark J. Freeman?
Help me.
Go ahead. That's all that happened with Maggie and Summer. But go ahead. Who's next? Who are we talking about next, Mark? Mark, who are we talking about next?
The most handsome man in Salem. Chad.
I wasn't there this week. Who?
Who plays Chad?
Let me know when you guys are done.
Who plays Chad?
Fools.
Who plays
and let's get back to some serious talk radio.
I beg your pardon. Mr. Sister.
Diane Lee said, I skipped all summer scenes this week. Made for a much better week.
There were several times this week where I almost did what I used to do when Melanie and Daniel came on. I almost fast forwarded. And I was like, no, I got to know what they're saying for the show.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
He did make us pizza rolls, though. That's different.
Who?
You.
I didn't make pizza rolls.
When you were watching the...
Oh, gotcha. I thought you meant right now. I'm like, but girl, we just had a conversation. We didn't make them. All right. So
who plays Chad DeMuro?
Billy Quinn. Sierra's living in the mansion, and Claire is obviously going to be moving in as well.
She was fresh.
We didn't really touch on that because there was another kiss.
Oh, yes.
We should maybe talk about that too, because there was that other kiss between Belle and Sean Douglas.
Yes.
That was kind of...
I'm sorry, Belle's a hoe.
I'm so mad that
Belle is a strong, independent woman who knows what she wants.
Is that the character breakdown?
Yes.
I don't know. She doesn't know what she wants.
I'm so mad that they're leaving. I'm mad that it's taken this long for Sean Douglas to go into that house and have a conversation with his mother. I'm so mad that it's taken them this long to have scenes with Belle and Sean that are legitimate scenes. It's just, and it's like when they're doing it, you're just like, this is what we wanted to see. But and now you're taking that away from us.
Well, they always just have arguments about Claire, and Claire, like, completely went off the deep end.
But that's
Claire needs a smack in the face. I'm sorry.
I actually thought that, I don't know that they would ever do this. I thought that Claire was going to slap Belle's face. I thought Claire was going to slap Belle.
Belle needs to slap Claire, because she's being teamed too much.
But I love the scene with Sean and Belle at the edge of the square. Like, that was just so sweet, like, to see them, and you could see that chemistry between them and their story, and
how she went and got drunk at her own bar, and then the bartender called.
If you had a bar, isn't that where you'd go to get drunk?
Listen, you remember my reaction, what my reaction would have been had she given me a bar. All this is mine?
Yeah.
Very Lion King.
Very. And I'll hold you over the doorway with a spot.
And I would have been like, for me?
But I'm you know how I feel.
Yes.
I'm mad that they're leaving. But
and did we ever finish talking about Chad and Sierra?
We didn't, because I kind of sidetracked because we didn't talk about Sean and Claire.
Yes.
But
what are we finishing?
Chad. Oh, he had the flash of, we saw Stefano this week.
I was so happy to see. Yeah,
was it just me?
Yeah. He needed a few weeks off.
Were they messing with the audio on him? Was it just me?
Do you think those were pre-taped scenes from when?
No. That's what I'm saying, like, when he spoke, it sounded real tinny to me. Like that they had messed with the audio so that he sounded
like it was a dream,
like it was
or
a
vision.
Dream. Was that the one that heard it?
I think so. I didn't pay attention to it.
No,
because I kept listening and I was like, is it different? Is it not?
I felt like he popped in and was just like, what on earth is going on?
But I liked that they had that, and I liked that Sierra was having her dream while he was having his dream.
Right.
Very different dreams.
Lee Davenport Jerd said Sammy slapped Marlena, so there's a precedent. So, okay. So I would have liked to have seen Claire slap Belle, just for a good little old-fashioned cat fight. Wouldn't have been upset by it. They have unresolved issues that need to be worked out. They could see therapy, too. They could go to Dr. Marlena Robichaux and have a chat.
Dr. Marlena Robichaux. I can't wait for her to come to my theater and be like, "You're Dr. Robichaux."
Oh my gosh!
But be careful, because someone knows someone with the last name Robichaux, and we wouldn't want to be caught making fun.
Want to do that.
And Mark, you.
Yeah, they said it was an echo, that they noticed it too. Okay, good.
You have a poll happening with Chad and Sierra.
Well, I did not necessarily.
Well, about Chad.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So my poll was. Hold on, let me scroll to it. Should be towards the top here. Oh wait, am I in mine or yours?
Well, you're searching.
Yeah.
I think that there was a tremendous amount of chemistry between Chad and Sierra.
Are you being serious?
Yeah. When I know it was a dream kiss, but they actually had chemistry.
Well, okay. First of all, it's Billy Flynn.
Obviously. But I didn't hate it, though. I'm not hating where it's going. I think it's a little too soon for. I know that it was just a dream, but I think it would be a little too soon for Chad to turn and walk away from Abby.
They're not gonna put them together. It's gonna be like she's got the puppy love. Was it Abby and
James? I mean, EJ?
EJ. Yeah. Or Abby and EJ, and Abby and Austin too. I think it's going to be kind of one of those. I don't think anything's going to happen.
Well, that's going to be awkward.
Yeah. So my poll was, if you lived in Chad's guest house, would you have dreams about him?
No.
And 86% said hell yes.
Then I am the other.
14% said no way.
15% says no way, because I just voted.
Would you yeah, right?
Yes.
Hello. Normal people do. Oh, I guess we know what that means, Tony. You's not normal.
You tried it. All right, and that has been your week of days, and now let's go into our segments. Oh yeah, there's no sound effect for that. And we're going to start off with mine, which is Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. Oh, snap. That's right. Now, I really go back and forth with this because I really don't feel like anyone deserved the 3 snaps this week. However, I think I'm going to change this week from the 3 snaps award to the you completely tried it award.
Okay.
Yeah, because Days tried it, okay? First of all, they tried it with the Chad and Sierra kiss. Tried it. They tried it with the Aiden and Hope kiss. Tried it. Y'all tried it with, who else kissed? Everybody who kissed this week, y'all tried it. Especially with the Chad and Sierra.
Chad and Sierra.
When that happened, I was
Belle
like,
and Sean.
I literally, with Chad and Sierra, when that happened, I literally went,
You knew it was a dream, though.
no.
How did you not know?
Listen, I am a fan watching Days with open arms, and when that happened, I was just like, yeah. So y'all tried it.
No, you had to know.
No, I didn't. Not until like she woke up, and I was like, oh.
You knew, right? You knew it was a dream,
Are you
right?
touching me?
Yeah. This was the coffee.
Yes, I knew it was a dream.
Yeah, you can tell.
I wouldn't have been upset. I think what we need is some spice on the show, so I wouldn't have been upset if it had been reality. I think I would have been a little bit hurt for Abigail, but I wouldn't have been upset if it spiced things up because it's a soap opera.
No. When that kiss happened, I was like,
They'll find somebody else for him while she's gone.
Because she's
Not
18.
Sierra.
Maybe.
It's not like she's 17.
still.
Maybe Marlena.
Y'all tried it.
With Chad and Marlena?
So
God.
to wrap that up, no one gets the 3 Snaps award this week, but Days, you get the You Completely Tried My Entire Life award for that.
That's a good sound effect for that.
Exactly. All right, and now moving along, we have
Matthew's Disaster moment of the week. I have to tell you, I just got slapped. Kelly Fogg wanted Mark to slap me, and he did. Thank you, Kelly. My disaster went to the private investigator that Steve hired to find Joey. I wouldn't hire this guy to find my keys.
Well, he said he justified it.
He was like, no one knows I'm a private investigator.
Oh, I'm sorry. Look at him. Everyone knows he's a private investigator.
Yeah.
That shirt, before he opened his mouth, I said, that's a private investigator.
Not I said the cat. I actually was watching this and I was like, who is he? Is he Uncle Buck?
I just thought it was a cliche. The Hawaiian shirt, the office looks like it's a PI joint. He was drinking a beer. He was a slob and a slouch, and I just thought it was completely like a stereotypical, this is a private eye. So that
Oh,
is...
you mean like the whole Hernandez storyline that we had the discussion about?
They just
Because they can only eat tostadas.
Right.
Shade.
They like to. I love Days of Our Lives, but they love to paint a stereotype, and I think that looks like the stereotypical private investigation. And for that is Matthew's Disaster moment of the week. So take that.
Take it.
All right, and now we have
Mark's quote of the week. So I was trying to find her real name because I didn't know her real name. So my quote of the week this week is going to Linda. Do you remember Linda this week?
Oh, yes.
My quote of the week is going to Linda.
Yes. I'm glad I almost mentioned her earlier.
Who was clearly in AA with Maggie and was going to go get coffee. And Maggie was like, girl, I got to go talk to my girlfriend over here. And Linda said, girl, is there anyone in this town you don't know?
Can I tell you?
I laughed so loud.
When that happened, I was like looking down and I was like on Facebook or something, and when I heard "girl," I was like, "Who is this? Who is this with the bangs and like the ponytail?
The bangs that she cut herself with a blindfold." Oof.
Oh,
That could have been your disaster.
Not a blindfold.
That could have been your disaster.
She could have been. She was up there.
Yeah.
She was a contender for disaster.
Well, listen, she was like hometown girlfriend. She was like, girl, is there anybody in this town you don't know?
And then she kissed Maggie, and Maggie was like, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Like,
We're so awful. And that has been
Mark's quote of the week.
And now, Mark, who's our fan of the week?
Our fan. Well, first, let me say, congrats to Adam Noonan. Did we all see him on Friday?
No,
He was in the with Claire, and I think I even said Claire last week. Belle and Sean, they're seen in the Edge of the Square. The guy and girl that were sitting at the bar, that was Adam.
I actually saw him.
Yeah.
Okay, I did, because I was like, why does that guy seem familiar? It was Adam.
Because I remember I was watching early Friday episode, and I was like, oh, wait, I think I'm supposed to be watching for somebody. And then I was like, well, wait, no, they said it was in the Edge of the Square. I'm like, we haven't been in the Edge of the Square yet. So it's like, oh, maybe it'll come later. And then I could tell as it was progressing. I was like, okay, we're getting that.
Congratulations,
So just
Adam.
a congratulations to him. He was our fan of the week last week. I saw, so this week, my fan of the week is going to Squills1.
Who?
Squills1,
Tony.
Squills, who wrote a review for us on iTunes, a 5-star review, thank you very much, that says, I absolutely love Dishin Days. Tony, Mark, that's it, are awesome. Oh, and Matthew, sorry, it was in small print. And Matthew are awesome. They are true Days fans, and watching them each week makes watching Days even more fun. I have met Tony at Dual Coast events, and he is a great host for those events.
Aww.
Just not for Dishin Days. Oh, that's awkward. That's really weird. But you got a 5-star, so that's okay.
Wait, are you adding things in? I feel like you're adding things in.
A little bit.
And taking things out.
A little bit. I would love for Mark and Matthew to take over for him in New York. Join him in New York City in September.
Can I see this? Can I see this review? It sounds a little wonky to me. It's a little wonky.
It says I live Dishin Days, but I think it's I love Dishin Days. How cool would that be? Keep up the great work, guys.
Wow. Okay.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
And we're gonna take over in September.
Yep, and
so
we'll be in New York with Tony.
That would be fun if we were all able to do it.
If we could coordinate.
What day of the week is it?
It's a Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to check my theater calendar.
You two can share a room, and I'll get the presidential suite.
And now on to some news and gossip. AfterBuzz.
There we go.
I was getting their day.
How was your nap, Alexis?
Right?
Glorious.
Was it good?
Always.
All right, so Deidre Hall has officially received her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. We here at Dishin Days would like to congratulate Deidre for a job well done. Congratulations, Deidre. You deserve it.
And I believe we have just a little clip of her receiving her star. Look how gorgeous she looks.
I really was gonna try and go, and I just
Me too.
Put it together.
And I was actually right down the street. I was actually at the gym. But she looks gorgeous.
Oh.
You see, her
So
twin
happy
sister was
for
there
her.
too.
Huh?
Her twin sister was there too.
Yeah.
Good for her.
If you guys want to see the whole thing, we're gonna post it on Facebook.
Cool.
Yeah. And more news and gossip.
More news and gossip. Congratulations to one of my personal faves, Brody Hutzler, ex-Patrick Lockhart from Days of Our Lives, whose Lifetime film Marriage of Lies premiered last night. If you haven't seen it, make sure you do. Tune into Lifetime and check your local listings for air dates and times.
Did you get to see any of it?
I did not.
Oh,
No.
I started watching it. I always watch stuff in bed, so it's like, and it has nothing to do with the film, but I end up falling asleep. So I started watching it, and I fell asleep, and then when I woke up this morning because of my cold, I went in the living room and turned it back on. I was like, okay, I'm going to catch back up. I fell asleep again, but I woke up right at the end because I don't think he's in it much.
Don't ruin the end.
No, I'm not.
wanna
I'm
watch.
just going to say, I saw him, and he did a fantastic job.
He always does. Brody, we love you. Come back.
Come back
anytime.
and visit us, Brody.
Yes.
And I will put the pizza rolls in the oven for you this time.
Yes,
Not the
yes.
microwave.
Well, speaking, you guys were talking about the New York trip earlier.
Yes.
Just a reminder, Tony, will be in New York with Dual Coast Events on September 10th for a wonderful event starring some of your very favorite Days of Our Lives stars. We will have Brandon Beamer, Billy Flynn, Eric Martzoff, Mary Beth Evans, and Brian Datillo all attending this event, and it will all be emceed by me. So make sure you visit dualcoastevents.com to find out all details and how to purchase your tickets, and I will see you in New York in September.
Woohoo!
Yay. Speaking of events.
I will be in Toronto, Canada on July 23rd hosting the Daytime Star event with Billy Flynn, Rob Wilson, and Eric Martzoff. On the, do I even know the name of the boat? I don't think I know. Does it have a name? The Love Boat. We're going to go with the Love Boat. Anyway, you can go to daytimestarsevents.com. to purchase tickets. There is a payment plan, so if money's an issue and you want to do little payments, you probably could do that. I'd love to see you there, so it's going to be a hoot. A hoot and a holla.
A hoot nanny.
A hoot and a holla. A hoot and a holla.
A hoot and a holla.
I don't know where that came from.
Lastly, be sure to tune in tonight for the premiere of The Young and the Restless and Bold and the Beautiful after shows here on AfterBuzz TV, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Pacific, with Y&R followed by The Bold Breakdown at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And I again want to give a shout out to my friend Alexander, who will be on the Y&R panel.
Yes,
he's fantastic.
Shout out to James Lott Jr., who will be on Bold, and Lucretia, who's doing Y&R. So congratulations, we have now officially completed Soap Sundays.
Yay, the Soap Block.
Yeah.
So today's the first Sunday of Soap Block.
Yeah, first full Sunday. Yeah, it's a huge deal. Well, you know, you're well enough.
Hopefully, it won't be for another year tonight.
Yeah. All right. So before we have to head out, I have some wonderful prizes to give away.
Yay!
And we're going to start with some headshots. So they're all kind of mixed. You're going to get a set of headshots that either include Paul Tefler, Kyle Lauder, or Hira, or Chriselle, Paul, and Kyle. So whichever one you get, you are going to be so happy because they are signed. Not specifically for you, but for our fans. Yay! So our three winners are, drum roll.
Drum roll, please.
We have Kelly Fogg.
Kelly Fogg! Woo!
Lisa Shipawani. Yeah, her. And Loretta Johnson. Yeah. So you guys make sure you message us on Facebook with all of your information, and we will make sure we get you those headshots. Again,
that's just for tuning in.
That's just for tuning in. So
you didn't have to do anything.
It had to do nothing except tune in and say, "Hey, I want to win." So that was again Loretta Johnson, Kelly Fogg, and Lisa Shipawani. Yeah, her.
We know who you are, Lisa. We'll get them to you.
Yes. And then, of course, we have
they're still valuable.
Our lovely 2015 calendars.
But they're signed.
They are signed. They're signed by Paige Searcy, Lauren Koslow, James Lastovic, Greg Vaughn, Mark, Matthew, and me.
Forgot where he was sitting.
Right, I did. And those
are there any more on the inside? I feel like people signed on the inside too.
No, I don't think so.
Oh no?
I think they were all on the outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So those three winners are, drum roll please.
Drum roll, Alexis, please.
Because then that also stalls for me too. No drum roll for me.
No drum roll.
No drum roll for me.
She went to go get the pizza.
So our winners are Cheryl Hack, Sarah Miller, and Sue Marino.
Yay!
So you guys have won, each one, a calendar signed by some wonderful folks at Days and us here at Dishin Days. So again, those names are Sue Marino, Sarah Miller, and Cheryl Hack.
Cheryl Hawk. Yay!
And again, that's just for tuning in. Why? Because we have so much stuff to give away that it was only appropriate to give it away to the people who are lovely in our chat and watching live. So thank you guys so much. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Now, that has been our wonderful episode of Dishin Days for this week. And of course, before we head out, thank you guys again for tuning in.
Thank you.
Mark, where can they find not only you, but your hair?
You can find my hair on Twitter at LivinForTheHair. And you can find me at Lorraine Love, LORAYNE on Instagram and Twitter.
And I have a new social media handle. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Matthew E. Paine. Find me, follow me, love me.
And of course, you guys can find me on all social media platforms, including Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and now Snapchat at Lounging with Tony, or my website, loungingwithtony.com. Thank you guys for tuning in to another Dishin Days, and we'll see you next Sunday. Stay tuned. The GH Report is coming up next.
Bye, Felicia.
Good night, guys.
Producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff. We would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.